What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream slash video. And today we are playing Planet Coaster once again, and we are back in Celebration City, and we're going to be celebrating it up as we get this part going. So when we left off, we actually were building, we built a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, and that is exciting because it'll be a nice little compact coaster in the area, because it's something that Celebration City did. It had like a couple of tiny coasters, but I decided to take this whole area and make it one nice coaster instead of putting in some flat rides, because isn't this part 3? Yes, it is. I changed it to part 3, unless it didn't save. So, whatever. Let's see. I guess it would be helpful, because Joe is always, you know, ready to go, and every single aspect. I guess I should get some reference stuff up, but it's a good thing I have my laptop now, so I can do that without any difficulty. So, let's see. I'm going to log into my laptop here. Oh gosh, password. I hope that's it. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, let's see. I guess I should put up Google Earth, because I forgot I was doing a recreation. Oh gosh. Let's see. Google. Yes. I love how Celebration City is still here on Google Earth and everything. It's actually kind of funny, because it technically doesn't exist anymore. I decided to go with more joyful music for this live stream. Celebration City closed. Oh no. Not for much longer. That's okay. We are here to revive the once loved park. If I can even get it to work on here. My gosh. There it is. I love how this park is in 3D on Google, but Silver City is not. So was the Eurofighter real in Celebration City? Absolutely not. It was not. Did not exist whatsoever. But I have taken that area. It used to be a very small coaster called Jackrabbit and a couple of flat rides. And instead of putting in some flat rides, I decided to put one larger coaster instead of the tiny one, as the other coaster only took like maybe a quarter of the size. What happened? Why did you switch from satellite? Okay. I have so many things up at once. Alright, so next off to the side over here, we actually do have the arcade building and everything, which is actually near the road, so. And there's also the one thing, the bumper cars are actually over in this vicinity as well. So we're gonna bring those back to life. See, there wasn't really much room behind it, so and this was the location of a little bit of the other roller coaster, Thunderbolt. And then there was this blank area over here, which I don't know what it was for. It was just kind of sitting there. But we're going to add the bumper cars, because that was a classic in this park at one point. It's actually got a different kind of building above it. Alright, so I'm getting a perspective for everything. That is going to go there. And then we have the, yes, the one thing. I guess there was like a service road that went back over here. We're going to tear that out and just have, or build another coaster in its place. Alright, so this building actually starts off, let me adjust this so I can see. Okay. I keep pressing the wrong keyboard. I'm so bad at this. What's with this music? Oh no, you take the pick. Okay, so there is a pathway here. We're going to use this path, unmark these, and grow the width out. Alright, I'm going to use the angle snap. There was a flat ride that went right there. But we aren't going to have that flat ride. We are going to do this, and we are going to... What is this music? We're actually going to build a sidewalk, kind of. Because I need to put it further away here. And it is on both sides. So my goal with this is to try and create this, or get the layout of the park done and get an idea of how everything's gonna be laid out pathwise and everything. Because this arcade building is on the edge here. And I'm just going to do some gray boxing to get it started. So I'm just going to do kind of like a random texture. I'm just going to start off with the panel texture because that one seems like it'll be the easiest. Alright, and I'm just going to make it gray for right now. For gray boxing. And this building kind of started on the edge of where the bumper cars are. I'm gonna try and make this straight as straight can be. I'd say it's about 4 across, maybe. This is probably a little longer too. I'd say that would be about 6 across. We're going to make that 6 across. And then that's about the amount that we need. So it's actually a pretty square building. But I remember this building very much. It was just a huge arcade. So we want that huge arcade. Back in here. Because it was such a nice part of Celebration City. I remember having the arcade there. Okay, I'd say that's about long enough. We had the 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will actually pop out. 2, 3, 4. Pop out one like this. And this is just the shape of the building, so I'm actually very excited for this because it's the arcade, man. Alright, this other side was actually flat. Then we got the bumper cars, which we're going to push forward a little bit. And we're also going to have room for another coaster back here as well. Back in this area, because I'm going to make it to where the service road or whatever gets stripped out, and then we can actually build another ride over here. But this is actually covered up by a building, so I'm going to try and get that started just a little bit. I don't know what this music is. I just clicked film and happy because I wanted us to be I wanted to be joyful today. Alright, this has got a very interesting shape to this building. There's also a lot of trees around it as well. So we're going to try and get this first. All right. So let's select you right there. I don't know if this is pointy, but again, all the buildings are being renovated since they've been sitting around for so long, so we can make slight changes to the building, if there are any. Then there were a couple of these coming out like this. On the sides. Which is nice. Gives it a good, interesting feel to it. It's a very interesting kind of building. And then it just has like some posts coming down, I believe, holding this all up. Except the corners have something a little better. I don't know if I have any good reference photos for the bumper cars. But we're going to start off with this building and go from there. And we'll decorate it. Again, everything's being renovated, so not everything's going to look the same like it did. This is just the start of it. I think I'm going to throw a flat roof in there. Just underneath. This is like the best music I could have chose. Right? I thought so. But if something looks very different, my excuse is that everything's being redone. I know I got the proportions wrong a little bit on this side, but that's okay. They'll be masked by all the differences of the renovations. So it'll be alright. And my goal is to make it a much better park in the first place. I'm just trying to get the layout of the park a little bit, kind of like what it was slightly. It will be a little bit different, of course, but I'm going to make it all a little bit more interesting. So, of course, I definitely wanted to bring back the legendary bumper cars because, you know, that was a legendary attraction at the on this part of the park. Now, the next part was there was a roller coaster that actually set in this plot of land right here, right by it. It has been taken out as well. So we are going to be coming up with yet another high-class roller coaster. And then, of course, over here, we're going to place another one, whether it be something similar to Wildcat. Because that's going to be where a big main coaster attraction is going to be. But since I sacrificed a couple flat rides to put in this coaster, now we have quite a bit of land to work with for this coaster. And this coaster is going to be right by the road, so it's going to be very important that it is a nice, large attraction. And I believe, looking at the terrain, it's actually got a little bit of a hill here. A little bit, so. Okay, so. What coaster is going to be worthy of this area? So, we're going to have coasters right next to each other, which isn't a bad thing. I do agree that the game needs a water park update, but I probably, being honest, wouldn't actually use it that much. Because I'm not huge on water parks, but if you want to make like a full park, most parks have, you know, a water park right next to it, so. Okay, so I don't know what to do. We can actually do a relatively larger one. Still going to have to be slightly compact. Kind of a compact coaster, but something different. Let's see. We're not going to do a 300-foot, 200-foot. That's not what this park's going to have. I'm sorry. Something that's kind of pointing out to me is maybe a dive coaster, but we've already got a coaster that, you know, has a beyond vertical drop there. I don't know. I definitely want to put a coaster because that's what was on the location previously. But something bigger and better. So I got dive coaster on the mind. Just a little bit. Something compact too. I don't know. We got a little bit more space than, you know, like a wild mouse. We have more space than that to work with. So I want to put something kind of larger in this area, but I just can't put my finger on what I want to put. Because I'm looking at the plot of area, we could place something pretty significantly large here. Because I'm using the land that they didn't use in the park as well. Oh, I kind of like the idea of B&M invert. I feel like maybe we might be able to fit a B&M invert in here. A nice compact one that won't take up too much space. Because we got some space to work with here. I like the invert idea because this Branson area and everything doesn't have a B&M invert. We don't have a B&M invert in Silver City or anything, and I feel like they could use something similar to that. It's not going to be massive. It's going to be kind of like a smaller model, so we're not going to do anything too large. But I love the B&M invert idea. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so first, let's build a lift hill. We'll go ahead and make it 30 degrees. And we'll go up to here. Alright, it's not going to be a very large B&M invert, so 130 feet I think is going to be probable. Alright, and now I'm going to get rid of some of these supports, because B&Ms are not that supported. As supported here. I might even do some custom supports, I don't know. Just maybe. I should have went from the top to the bottom. Alright, so we'll have a little dip down, kind of like that, to get the ride started. We'll end the optional catwalk, and then we're going to do just like any other B&M invert would do, and that's a drop turn. I'm going to turn the banking offset on just a little bit. See if I can't get that heart line just a little bit. I'm not going to do the advanced method. Or the advanced smoothing method, because it takes too long. I'm starting to get away from it just a little bit. And this will have a nice... because this is actually the road that people are going to be driving on, and it'll attract some people. So it'll be nice to have that attraction that just kind of will throw people in, or throw people to come in here. For some reason, it's not putting any supports down, and I actually do have supports on, but it doesn't want to have any. I guess that gives me more excuses to do custom supports, maybe. This park isn't going to have like any record-breaking coasters, so just keep that in mind as well. It's not meant to be. It's meant to just bring back the classic Celebration City Park that I loved. But the good thing is, all this joyful music is just making me so happy. We're going to make it better, bigger, better, and more appealing to everybody. So we're adding a couple more coasters than what it usually would have, and different things like that. So, alright, so let's get rid of one of these supports, because it's bugging the crap out of me. I might make some custom supports, at least on the lift hill and the first drop, since it decided not to build any supports for whatever reason. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the test. Want to make sure, actually, we have 8 per train, just like a normal B&M invert. And let's make sure it's working the way it needs to be. I don't think did I start testing it? No, I didn't. That will be helpful. Get your restraint on. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward to the top. Nice little pre-drop section. Because they're gonna go, oh gosh. It's a pretty wide drop too. My gosh. I just need some jazz hands here. Is this coaster gonna have theming? Not a whole lot. Nothing in this park really had theming. It was more, the theme of the park itself was more of a celebration theme, kind of. Obviously, Celebration City. So it was pretty much just a celebration of everything. I don't know if it was more celebrating America or if what it was actually celebrating. Alright, so our next element here, I got a couple of options. I was thinking maybe either a vertical loop. Maybe we can start off with a vertical loop. I always just use the endgame ones, usually. Because they're pretty smooth. And if you match it up with your track just right, it will work out to perfection. Alright, there's a 105-foot loop. I'm going to see if I can't fit maybe like an Immelman, maybe a Sidewinder properly without it. It's going to have to be an Immelman. Sidewinder would be too close to the road, and I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Or I can just do a half loop and then go from there. And then make the rest custom. Or you can just make it all custom, which I might just do to fit it a little bit more properly. Alright, so we get that nice roundy shape. Alright, we're going to make it go a little bit back this way. Okay, so we still got a little bit of, quite a bit of momentum to work with. So I'm going to make this just a little bit taller to make it a little more smooth. Alright, so we're gonna get that flipped. Should I be rotating the other way? Let's try the other way. No, I think I was right. The way I had it. Alright, I'm going to start branching it this way a little bit. Okay, so let's see if we can't smooth this out and shape this up a little bit better. Alright, it's got some nice speed that I was hoping for. I like the speed that goes through there. So we're just going to gradually smooth this out and see how it turns out. Again, we're working with a pretty compact space. So we got to be careful a little bit of what we can do here. So we got 2 inversions to start the ride right off. "93 feet tall." Alright, so if I select more than a couple points here. And we'll do a test ride on it here in a second. Alright, working on trying to get the shape I want here of this Immelman kind of loop. Alright, that's pretty smooth. At least off-ride. It looks pretty good. Alright, let's take a look here. See how that emblem's turning out. And the vertical loop. We haven't been on with the vertical loop yet either. Here we go. Hands up. And scream. So we got the vertical loop to start the ride off. And then nice emblem. Not too bad. Pretty smooth. Kind of twists you in a way that's you're not expecting. But it's seems like a pretty smooth transition. So I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty nice element. And I agree. We need to add a 0G roll in this ride. Alright, I think we're gonna first get it turned around to get it back to an appropriate spot. So I'm thinking a nice high-speed turn here. I got a vision of where I want this to be. So a high-speed turnaround here will lead us into our next inversion. And then we're gonna put that 0G roll in there. So you'll go and experience 0 gravity. I kind of want to put it in here at an angle, going under the lift hill. I think that would be neat. Alright, let's first smooth this out a little bit. Don't you love this music? Speaking of inverts, RIP Dragon Challenge. Yes, I was able to ride it before it was taken out. I rode it last year. That was my first ride, and I think I rode it a couple times, both sides. That was the only time I ever rode it too. And it was a pretty good invert. I enjoyed it. I was glad that I got to ride it at some point. So, but hey, I'm sure whatever is gonna be replacing it will be an amazing ride as well. It's gonna have to top it. And I think they're going to do their best to get that done, so. I'm going to give my hopes of building my own 0G roll. See how it works. Make this just a little bit smaller. Am I angling this right? Hopefully. I'm gonna make this piece smaller. Oops. Guess I should rotate it the correct way. It's gonna be a tight roll. And hopefully the smoothing tool will get it away. Oh, wait. I hope it turns out good. Alright, and instead of leveling it out, we're gonna make a quick turn here. Kind of a head chopper element-ish. The Emmelman loop. So it's going to go into a turn here. And then it will line us up with all this space. So that will be cool. Alright, moment of truth. I don't know if this is gonna work. Looks very awkward. I might have to reconstruct this. May have made the, yeah, I made that turn a little too tight. Let's go back here. Just do the 4-meter technique on this one roll. Okay. We'll use the technique just on this one roll. I'm going to set the offset to 4 feet. Alright, so I want to twist to the left. That way we get our nice heart line. This is my jam of music, you know. This is the stuff I listen to all the time. Alright, we're using the 4-meter method on this one element. I said I wasn't going to use it at all, but I gave in. Bum bum bum. I'm not good at leading this where I need to. Okay, we'll go from there, and then we'll go back to this. Alright, we'll see if this pays off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Select 4 at once. Hope this roll turns out good. What is this music? This is my jam. I listen to this every night. Before I go to bed. It calms me. Yeah. The good thing is on this roll, we'll still have that nice heart line. Hopefully. I don't know, I've been trying to get away from this unless this is the only situation I would ever use the 4-meter method. Is sometimes on this. Just to get a nice roll. The only thing is I don't like how long it takes. So hopefully Planet Coaster will be making a update to the smooth tool very soon. So we can keep our heart lines. And I'm sure they're working on it. I've talked about it before. I'm sure they're working on it. Again, it's not something they can just do overnight. And I don't think they've acknowledged it yet just because they want to surprise everybody. And go, oh, Planet Coaster has done it again. They have completely given us what we wanted. Because I'm sure they have to do it, make it work, they have to redo completely like the smooth tool. What is this? Inversion number 3? Yeah. Whew. It's kind of a slow roll, too. Slower than I thought it would be. Only thing I also hate about this is you can see how small the track segments are, too. Which is unrealistic. But maybe the smoothing will make it a little bit shorter. I don't know. We're at 76 feet tall. And so far, we're doing a good job making a pretty compact B&M invert here. that's it. I think I'm on my 6th run through. The recommended is 8. I'm thinking about naming this the exact same name as the one that was here previously, which was Firebolt, I think it was the name of the red coaster that was here. It was a nice little coaster. Didn't go upside down though. How do you make it say feet in roller coasters instead of saying meters? You just go to your settings and your Planet Coaster settings, and it's right in there. And you can change it. You just go to your top right here settings, and it's literally right in there. I think we're on 7 here, I believe. I'm so excited to get this done because it will be really cool to see a new take on Celebration City. Alright, I'll show you the options in just a second. It's right easy to find, so. I'm on my last run through here, so this is my 8th time going through, I believe. Unless I lost count somewhere along the way. There's so many supports here. Okay, so that's that. I'll show you. You go to settings here. If you want to change it to feet, just go to settings. And then you want to go to, I believe it's interface. Yeah, go to interface. And then you can change the distance from meters, feet, miles per hour, kilometers per hour, whichever you prefer. So if you're like me, I'm from America, so I do feet and miles per hour. Because that's what I'm used to. Alright, let's see if this is smooth enough to our liking. I know it makes it a little jittery sometimes. You don't have to do 8 times, but that's the recommended, so I always do 8 times. The more you smooth it, the actual smoother it gets. So I might even do more times just for poops and giggles. Up the slow lift hill that we go. I might even speed up the lift just a little bit. Alright, into that Emmelman. Ooh, that's nice. Didn't even use the method on that one. Those turns are always fun on, Ooh, that's nice and smooth. That's nice. It turned out great. I like, that's, I don't even have to make any changes. That was perfect. That was a perfect roll for me anyways. Now we just gotta get rid of some of those supports because there were a ton of supports on that we do not need. So I'm going to get rid of 2 supports at a time. So we'll get rid of those. That one. I actually want to keep that one right there. So many track supports that we don't need. I really wish we could add our custom supports, like choose what kind of supports that we want to go in there. Okay, I think we're going to put the support here and take this one away. Like that. That's better. But yeah, that turned out smoother than I thought it would, because usually it's a little jittery. I couldn't really see the jitteriness in that roll. It turned out fantastic. I like the layout we have so far. It's turning out pretty nice. Okay. What element can we add next? In this area, we still have this spot to fill up. I'm gonna actually make a brake run. That way we're ready to go when, or that's all ready. Alright, let's throw in some drive tires on this turn. Friction brakes. I'm gonna have to do some sort of transfer track, surely. So that should be good enough. Okay, so now that that's set, we know where we have to end up in the end. Okay, I'm kind of stumped. I don't know what to do next. Because we got a vertical loop, an Immelman, a 0G roll, and we're starting to lose a little bit momentum. I don't know if I really want to make a mid-course brake run. It's not gonna, this isn't a park that's gonna need 3 trains, so. I'm just gonna go through these. I'm not gonna actually put these in here. I'll probably make my own, but just to kind of see if I can't get any ideas. We can put a corkscrew. That kind of corkscrew. I'd probably make my own custom one, of course, but we can have it fit through this spot here, maybe. Line it up to where it climbs through here. Maybe comes out this way, and maybe do a last roll or something. That way it gets our 5. We get our 5 inversions, and then end the ride on that note, maybe. Because we are losing quite a bit of momentum. Alright, am I still on 4? Yeah. So we're gonna have this go up. I don't know if I've really made a custom corkscrew before. So we'll see how this turns out. Alright, we want this 180 degrees, at least somewhere in that vicinity. I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. It's time to go back this way. Alright, it's a 55-foot roll. Alright, so we can put you right down here. See what the smooth tool does to it. I'd prefer not to have to do the method on this one as well. It's pretty large. I could have made it a little smaller maybe. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, so we'll smooth some elements here and check out and see what happens. See how it looks off-ride. Not too bad. Nope, didn't mean to do that. So it's kind of like a long corkscrew, or kind of like a roll. More of a roll than anything. Doesn't look bad. By no means. Alright, we're gonna smooth out the top part again here. It's kind of like this oversized corkscrew, kind of. Yeah, I kind of agree. It does need to be a little snappier. It's just too sprawled out there. I'm being a little I was a little too conservative. I think that was my issue. I'm being too conservative. B&Ms have those tight trains, so they can really make these turns a little tighter. We'll just make it a little bit snappier. A little smaller. Not getting quite the shape I want either. Ah. Alright, hopefully the smooth tool will be nice to us. And make this nice. Alright, that's a little bit better shaping that I wanted. So we'll just get the smooth tool in there and maybe it will do what I want it to. Let's level that out just a little more. Okay, so let's see what the smooth tool is. See if it makes it beautiful or not beautiful. Now, not necessarily snappy. You can see the track starting to form better here. I think that looks better. At least it's trying to look better for me. All right, that's a nice. It's definitely a tighter corkscrew kind of element. I think it looked a little jagged in this spot right here. Just a pinch. So smooth that out just a little bit more. See what happens if I smooth those at the same time. We're almost done with the coaster itself, so. Yeah, where's the train at? Right there. I want to see how it goes through this now. Oh gosh. I like the high-speed turnaround at 45 feet. Got that nice roll. And then we'll go straight into this corkscrew roll. Looking pretty smooth. Alright, let's ride it and see how it turns out. Here we go. Take us forward. Nice little pre-drop section. Nice drop turn into a vertical loop. Pretty fast turnaround on that Emmelman. See, it's not too bad. It's pretty smooth right there. And then straight into a roll. It's not perfect yet. It's pretty smooth, but it's not perfect. I like the way it was looking. So we're just gonna go through here and smooth it a couple more times. How about this music, though? Just get that groove. Oh, hear that saxophone. Fun fact, Joe plays saxophone. I've played saxophone for many years. Fun random fact about Joe for the day. Still looked a little jagged right here on this exit of the roll. The roll exit. We just want smooth. There we go. He's starting to look better. I'm just trying. Could have used the 4-meter method at this point, as long as I'm since I've taken so long on this. Okay. Alright, we're going to enter our last inversion. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but Trying to see what I can do without using the 4-meter method at the moment. See if it's possible. Or if it'll just get rid of the heart line. It looks like that's what it's gonna do. I guess I can use it for one more time. Alright, we'll put that at 0. Alright, so this one we will go ahead and put at 0. Alright, so get ready for our final roll. Alright, let's see how this goes here. Okay, so let's see how much speed it has. Pretty decent. Let's see if the brake runs enough. I feel like I need more brake run. So we're gonna make an adjustment here to get ourselves in a better position. So we can actually make this brake run just a little bit longer. That'll work. And we're gonna build from over here now. And then we'll make a turn from here. And now we'll make a station. Alright, this should already be the same height. There we go. It's slightly off. Oops, don't want that. Alright, so if I actually can... If we can just maybe Tick, tick, tick. Make the turn at least to where you can't notice it. Kind of like that. Okay, that will work. And now we get to do this once again. Excellent. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shouldn't take too long. Since all we got to do is this one roll. That's 1. And here's number 2. Number 3. Yeah, this won't take too long. Then we can ride the final product. This is number 4. Almost halfway there. Number 5. And this is number 6. So we gotta go back and forth one more time after this one. Number 7. Maybe we can get it done before the coaster makes it over here. Possibly. If we're lucky enough. I'll have to put a nice fence over here between us and the road. Alright, we're on the last run through. Number 8. I don't think I smoothed out this turn just yet, so we're gonna click the smooth button a little bit over it as well. See how the roll turns out. Forgot the turn right before. Needs to, like, turn outwards a little bit, maybe. Oh my gosh, not that. No. What are you doing? I want to throw in a little bit of a bank there. That way it's not ridiculous. Otherwise, those forces might suck a little bit. I noticed that the entry and the exit of this were kind of rough around the edges. Maybe that will help. If not, we can always revert it back. That's the one thing about doing just certain spots by it. It's hard to get the transition smooth. We'll see. Okay, first official POV, test number 1. Here we go. I think the layout's pretty strong, though, for being what we had to work with. That roll looks good. Rolls pretty good for the most part. Man, the ending's just a little kind of jagged. But it will have a good aesthetic to it. Definitely. Especially when you're driving into the park, you're going to see this awesome B&M invert. So, can't go wrong there. Now, there used to be a flat ride over here. I actually think it's still there. But we're going to replace it with something else. Because that particular flat ride is not actually in the game. So we're going to have to replace it with something different. And it was on the end here. So I'm going to put a different ride in that actually will fit the space pretty well. Yeah, it's a little bit too big. What ride would fit well in here? There used to be a Ferris wheel in there as well. Used to be. Which flat ride is in real life, or where it is in real life? It's one of those, oh, I don't even know what they're called. But it has the two arms, and you're on this thing, and it just goes up and around like this. If that makes sense. I don't know exactly what they're called, because that is the only one I've ever seen or actually rode myself. But you got the arms, and it just like it goes. You sit in this platform, and there's arms connected to it that make it go in the circular motion. It was actually a really fun ride. I enjoyed it a lot as a kid. One of the rides I actually missed quite a bit. So I gotta put something that's not gonna take up too much space. I had to remember there was a service road that went back here. Is it a Huss Rainbow? I don't know, because I don't know what the names of them were. So let me look that up. I'm going to type in Huss Rainbow and see if that's what I'm talking about. I don't know my flat rides as well as my coasters. Huss Rainbow. No. It is not one of those. It's, gosh, it's similar to that. This doesn't invert, does it? Does this thing invert? No. It's actually very similar to that. It's almost exactly the same, except it has two arms that it rotates on, and it's a little smaller. So it's actually it's almost exactly what it is, but it has two arms on either side, and it's a little bit smaller. It's not as tall. Almost kind of like I would almost say like a magic carpet, maybe. I'm not sure exactly, but along those lines. Man, what can I fit in here? We can put a super loop. That will fit. World's largest super loop. I think it's a good idea. Ooh, maybe we could replace it with a Insanity. It's actually not a bad idea. This would actually fit pretty well here. For the size of it, actually. Fits pretty well. I'm just going to raise it off the ground just a little bit. And that will actually work pretty well. Can't wait till we start bringing the park together a little bit more. It's going to be nice. See if I can't get these pathways connected. Looking at the Google Maps here. I'm changing the face of the park so much. Like everything's different. But that coaster took up a lot of that space. Because I got rid of a lot of flat ride space. I will say that. I got rid of a lot of flat ride space. Alright, so I need to connect this over there. I'll keep this spot true so that there's a little bit of a circular path here. Oops. Kind of like a plaza, almost. Let me get rid of that gap. Round that out, there we go. And then the path breaks off to connect with this little main street area. So that's how that works. And if I continue the trend of working on this, it's actually a pathway that goes here and goes around here. Because there's a couple buildings here. Alright, we're slowly but surely gonna make this start looking awesome and the way it should. And the proportions of some of this area is not properly exact. Some stuff has been kind of scaled down just a little bit. I have done that, I will say that, so. But that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna have the other half of the park on the back side here. I'm excited to build the like laser show area as well. That's gonna look cool. All right, so this is also just some trees in the spot here. So we'll build place a couple of trees. I don't know, you don't really build trees, you just kind of place them. Again, we got some buildings that will go right there. We're going to smooth out this path a little bit by doing that. Just makes it look nice and clean. Of course, we got our Gerstlauer Eurofighter that we built in our last episode. Yeah, this was just an empty spot right here in the park, so I decided to use it to my advantage. And make a nice larger coaster that will stand out right at the front of the entrance, or front by the road. Thing is, when guests come in, they're gonna have to walk all the way from here because the spawn's so far back. This is the entrance of the park's right here. Okay, so is there a lot of, not a whole lot of trees in the, we're gonna add some. Looks like we got a tree that's right there, so let's add a tree there. There's a tree in the middle of this. There's quite a few trees on this turn here. I'm just gonna add some random trees. To get it going. Alright, this one's a good one. Good filler as well. funny, I'm even trying to go accurate of where trees are placed, too. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Alright, so some trees over here. There's a couple of trees in the middle of here. Alright, there's a couple of inaccuracies I did make with this. Because the way the station is set up for the goat carts is kind of weird. Or kind of different, so. But we made it work. We're going to have to reconstruct kind of like a pathway that will make it down over here. And since there's 2 go-kart tracks, we're going to have to... That's why I made some separation, so we can actually make pathways with... Because it had some stairs and everything. Alright, so we made some pretty good progress today. So far. I'm quite happy. Man, what about this music, man? Why doesn't everybody listen to this stuff? It's brilliant. So hopefully I won't be too much longer before I get all the layout of this park done. I mean, there's this back side here, and there's actually quite a bit down over in this area too. And then there's a huge parking lot that I want to build as well. Because it's kind of like the back parking lot. Then I want to build the actual parking lot for it as well. That's where accelerator was. I believe the Ferris wheel was right there, which I can actually build now. The Ferris wheel was taken out, but I'm going to put it back in. Because I can. It's right by here. In this area. Now, there was a huge area right here of flat rides and stuff, but I wanted to put another coaster in, so that's how that's going to turn out. And of course, we got a new coaster over here as well. And we're going to build a new section of pathway that will come back over here, go by the Eurofighter, connect with the go-karts. So, because I wanted to keep the go-karts in the park for sure. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, it looks good now. I can't wait until after I add all the scenery and just decorative stuff into it. It's going to look so much better. It's just going to get better and better all together, so. Okay, so we got the entrance here, and we can... the exit's on the same side. Darn it! Okay, I think I got this. So I'm going to replace the entrance. Whoops. To this side. Make the exit over here. Select this one. Alright, we should be able to do that. Now, as for the entrances... Ah! Okay, let's see if I can do this. I hate it that I have to do it that way. I'm trying to make it to where there's a little bit more space so I can place that, two of these without it, messing up, so... Okay. I'll see how this turns out, or how this works. Nothing can go wrong with all this awesome music playing. Aw, come on. That's not obstructed. I guess I can go the other way, maybe. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna select the grid. Deselect the grid. Make some steps going upwards. Now it's not gonna let me place this here. Okay, let me try. Move this one. That looks pretty good to me. As long as I can fit this in here. Oh yeah. Is that still where it needs to be? Yeah, it is. Okay. I think we can do this now. Okay, so that will be good. I think I got it down to where I want it. And then we'll build the building, hopefully similar. Okay, so there was a... looks like an exit path that left this way. But we have to reconstruct the building, so it's a little different. To account for the roller coaster. Our new coaster that we built. There we go. Alright, that's gonna be pretty much perfect for that anyways. So there's going to be a building here, and there's the queue line will make kind of like the second level, if that makes sense. So we'll have these pathways will go down here, or these queue lines will go right here. And then they're going to break off, and they'll join together in the same area. So I also got to make account for the queue line that's going to have to go right there as well. So for that coaster. So it's all going to be very interesting of how this all plays out. And take off the angle snap, and we're going to have a nice pathway that is going to go around the coaster. It's going to go like that, and then we're going to have the entrances somewhere around this vicinity. Hopefully, I'm going to have to be very creative, especially for the queue line of this. We're just going to have to be very creative, because we're building new pathways that don't exist right now. That didn't exist, but now they do. Now they will. Alright, so we got that area. Let's see if I can't select this and maybe just adjust where it lies at here, just ever so slightly to fit it in, and create maybe some more, a tiny bit more space. For a possible queue line. So we can place this just alongside the path a little bit, which will be cool. And that leaves us a little space in the front here. And then what I'm going to do with these, I'm actually going to select both of them. And since we're going to have them a part of the path now, we're going to sink this down a little bit further. So I'm going to go into here, and we're going to place just another spot here, and then we're going to split this from the building. And we're going to create some nice path covers slash more like a sidewalk kind of deal. That will blend with the pathway, and this will actually make the coaster look a lot better. Blended with the path. And then this can kind of create like a little, maybe like a little plaza spot for the building, and that's going to go right there. So it can all go together as one. And we're going to put a fence up there, so a perimeter fence up there by the Eurofighter. That way that's all good. Oh, I guess I gotta rotate this just a little bit more. And again, if you get these fighting textures, just raise and lower a little bit, usually get rid of them. Okay, so we'll see how that all turns out. We're going to want to do it over here too. As this will break off. There you go. Bring that along that path. That way it's not just squared, it's going to have a nice shape. It'll shape around the pathways. Again, we're changing the face of this park. So mostly everything here is going to be different from what it used to be. Because JLW Entertainment only wants the best for this park. And to get visitors coming, you're going to have to bring in, do something special with it. Okay, so we'll line this up here. And so this will bring in a nice shape for this. Alright, about right there will work. Alright, that's gonna look nice when we get everything together. It'll look beautiful. Rotate that just in the slightest. But yeah, instead of having this all icky and square, we're gonna make it nice, make it flow with the pathways. We'll just add a lot more to it. Alright, and we should just have to put one more here. Alright, we should be able to get those together. There we go. Alright, let's edit this one, and we're gonna place those there. If we change the grid size, we should be able to do that. There we go. And we create a nice little green section here. This will be nice for... I'm going to keep a little bit of green there. And maybe make like a little sidewalk around it. And just kind of decorate it with some foliage or something. It'll look pretty. Again, instead of having all the square stuff, we're going to have it flow around just a little bit. And it will look beautiful. Alright, so let's do that. Yeah, and that's starting to look really good. It's gonna fit well there in that spot. And it makes it just kind of fit in that area just a little bit better. Again, this used to be where a lot of flat rides was, and also Jackrabbit, which Jackrabbit only took like a quarter of this size. So it's nice to see a nice kind of larger coaster go here. I think it will just add a little bit to this area, and it will look aesthetically pleasing too, because you're going to be able to get some good good spots of the ride. You're going to be able to look at it from a lot of different areas. So you're going to be over here by the carousel, and you can see it from over here on the side, and that will be nice. And for some reason the stream's lagging a little bit. I don't know what YouTube's trying to do, what it's doing. It's being dumb, like always. I don't know. It's probably be smoother when all said and done and stuff. So I don't know. But anyways, yeah, this is starting to turn out really nicely. We're slowly but surely getting some details as we go along for each and every spot, and that will all turn out nice. So just more details to be thrown in here, and it's going to resemble Celebration City, except it's going to, of course, have a whole new vibe to it. It's gonna be nice because people loved this park, and we're gonna bring back hopefully a similar feel, but there's gonna be more to it. It's gonna be a little bit more entertaining than what it was originally. So that's gonna be our goal with this, is to add some more thrilling rides and attractions. And it's just going to be a nice park. So when it's all said and done. And again, we're currently working on the first half. The second half of the park is on that side over there, where we're going to figure out what we're going to do with that area of what where Ozark Wildcat was. So that's going to be nice. And yeah, YouTube is messing up, so I think we're going to end this live stream here. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. Since YouTube's acting up, we're going to go ahead and make this a stopping point for right now. And yeah, we built another coaster, built a new section of the other section of the park, and got a little started on the queue line for the go-karts, and kind of blending the Gerstlauer Eurofighter in just a little bit better. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you have a great day and even cooler tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for joining me tonight, or this morning, tonight. Actually this afternoon. It's probably afternoon by now. Yeah, it's 1:14 where I'm at. Okay, but have a great day, even cooler tomorrow. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much, and goodbye.